Hi everyone, this is Christian here on YouTube and welcome to a brand new video for the channel. On a previous video, I actually talked about a best moving average Forex strategy, and basically I'm making this video as an option for you if you're a fully beginner with Forex trading. I understand that like setting up moving averages might not be the hardest thing to do, but it's also not the easiest thing to do when you're a fully beginner in Forex trading. So in this specific video, I'm gonna be showing you a very easy and the best strategy for beginners for Forex. So if you're new to my channel and you're into binary options, Forex trading, crypto trading, or any type of making money online, this channel is for you. Make sure you'll hit that subscribe button below and activate the notifications bell icon so that you don't miss any of my videos in the future. With that being said, let's jump into the video. Hey, before I actually jump into the content of this video, I just want to give you a warm invitation to the BLW Trading Room. The BLW Trading Room is basically a website that I personally created that, I gather a group of day traders that basically what we do is that we provide you with signals so that you can enter trades. So you can copy our trades and make money out of it. I personally send some signals in there as well. So I wanted to give you the official invitation to BLWTradingRoom.com. We have different options such as, for instance, we have 2-month plan, we have 6-month, we have a monthly plan, we have a 6-month plan and a yearly plan. In whichever option you will get binary option signals, Forex signals, and turbo trade signals as well. In addition, we have weekly webinars with the administrators of the group so that you can actually get a lot of education, and not only by copying trades, but also the education. At the moment that I'm recording this video, we have a Telegram group that you can use in order to get your signals in real time. But we are actually developing an application so that you can be part of the official BLW app and download it into your iPhone or into your Android phone and receive signals in there. So the invitation is right there. We make over 400 to 1,000 pips every single week in profit. So if you want to be part of it, the link will be BLWTradingRoom.com. All right, so I'm right here on my TradingView account. Remember that I always use TradingView for all these tutorials. So if you want to use them as well, go to TradingView.com. I'm not affiliated with with them at all at the moment, but basically it's the charts that I use, and I haven't found any type of problems with them. They always work good. They have all the indicators needed. So that's the one that I use. You can connect it with your broker, but I actually trade with C Trader instead of TradingView itself, but it's a cool option in case you guys want to go with it. At the moment, let's go ahead and dive into it. So the point of the strategy that I'm going to show you, first of all, it includes 3 good things. One, that is not going to be a day trading strategy. What I mean by day trading, and just to give you a brief explanation, there are 4 types of traders in Forex. One of them is scalping trading. The other, scalping trading means that it's super fast, like you're looking towards making profit with 15, 30 minutes or even 1 hour. Then we have day trading style, which is basically placing trades that are going to be lasting for 5 to 8 hours and you close them at the end of the day. Then we have swing traders that they can last from 1 to a day and on, probably 1 week or maybe 2. And then we have position traders. Position traders usually place positions for more than 4 weeks, like a month, 3 months, 6 months, or throughout the year. But in this specific tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can become a swing trader, because I do believe that if you're a fully beginner in day trading, then this is the best option that you can actually get. And let me tell you why. When you actually do swing trading, you don't have those big emotions controlling you and telling you like you're going to like miss the trade, you're gonna lose money and you're like all freaked out. With swing trading, you're gonna place one trade, it's gonna last for 7-8 days, or sometimes 1 or 2 days. It's not that big, but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up like controlling your emotions a lot more. So that's what I want to teach you today. And as a matter of fact, in today's video, video, I'm going to be placing one trade that is going to be a swing trade, and maybe in the future we can go ahead and discuss with the results. Right now, the one that I'm actually looking at is Euro USD on a daily chart. Okay, so you need to go to the daily chart right here, not 4 hours, not 1 week, not 1 month, but one daily chart. And what we're going to be analyzing today is actually the trending of the pair. If you don't actually see a trending on a pair, then this strategy is not going to be worth it. So switch the pair. If you're fully beginner, what is a pair? Euro USD. By the way, if you're fully beginner, you don't understand anything that I'm saying because I'm actually talking about all the basics, then you can go to blwtradingacademy.com and take my personal training. All right. So if you don't find a trend, then you're going to switch to the pair. How do you identify the trend? This is a 50 moving average. The red line that you see right here is a 50 moving average. So what you need to do is actually get into and see if the moving average is below the candlesticks. Okay. If the actual moving average on the period of 50 is below the candlesticks, then that means it's going up. Obviously, right now the line is going up. So when the opposite happens, when the moving average is actually going above, then we are looking at a downtrend, such as this one right here. If you notice, the actual line is above the candlesticks, and therefore the price is actually going down. So the first thing that we're going to look at is actually the downtrend. Second of all, you need to understand the basics of support and resistance. Support is the upper line. I'm sorry, the down line. This is a support. A support can be considered this and also this, because it's when the price actually touches and then bounces and starts going up. Okay, so these are support lines. And resistance line is actually the opposite, when the actual price touches and then it starts dropping again. So those are support and resistance. You need to have some sort of clear education into support and resistance in order to use this strategy, but it's not as hard as it seems. Now, what is it that you're going to be looking at? You're going to be looking at respected support and resistance line, and also the breakouts. So the first thing that you got to do, and I'm going to be using these horizontal lines right here in order to draw in, but right now I'm going to show you first what is it that I'm looking at. So first thing, we're going to look for an uptrend, right? So we're going to look for 4 things. One, we're going to look for the trend, right? Second, we're going to look for a resistance level or support. Then we're gonna look at what are the ones that are being respected. I'm not gonna be able to write all over here. And we're gonna look at the overall fundamental analysis. Now, what is fundamental analysis? Is looking at the overall and see if the price can go up or down. Like for instance, right now I'm Euro USD, and if I actually look at the fundamental analysis, is I'm looking at the price is going up. Okay, that's the fundamental analysis. It's not a signs or anything like that. It's going up. One thing that you can do in order to do the fundamental analysis is actually go to the weekly chart and see if the last few weeks this has been respected. So if you notice, the weeks are going up. It dropped a little bit, but then it started to go up again. So this is exactly what you need to be looking at. Okay, so that is the fundamental analysis. Now we go back to the daily chart. So we look at the trend. Okay, this is an uptrend. Second thing that we're going to look at is support and resistance levels. So we're going to assume that this is the area where you're actually looking at, starting up right here. Oh, you know what? We're going to start around right here, because I don't want you guys to think like, like it's always this beautiful, right? So as you can see, the price was going up and then boom, it started dropping. So this area right here can be considered a support line. Okay, how is it that you like a resistance line? I'm sorry, how do you actually make sure that you have a resistance line? So what you need to do is actually go all the way and choose one of these horizontal lines and draw it right here. If you draw it right here, you can go back in time in the chart and see if the resistance level was actually respected before. And as you can see right here on June 24th, 2019, it was respected. And as you can see, has been respected many times in here and even in the past. So as you can see, yeah, it looks like it is going to be respected. So this looks like a good resistance level. Right? So once you actually determine that this is a good resistance level, you're going to look for let me just go ahead and get this one right here. So now you're going to look for a support level. So you're going to wait for the price to actually start dropping, and you're going to identify right here that this is a support level. Now, one better thing to actually do it is to get, again, a whole horizontal line and understand what could be the next support level. So if you go back in time, you're going to realize that it was respected. Remember that at a resistance level, once it gets broken, it becomes a support line. So it was a resistance level right here, but then it became a support line once it actually got broken. So now that we actually saw the support line and the resistance line, we go ahead and draw this horizontal rate right here. Boom. So what is it that you need to do? Remember that the price is going on an uptrend. So what you need to do is actually look for the support line and enter for a buy option. Okay. The way to actually do this, I'm gonna go long positions here, and you can do two things. You can actually set a pending order, or you can just set a just enter if you're actually at the price that you're supposed to enter, right? So if you actually enter the position right here, what you need to do is enter for a pending order. All right, let me just go ahead and delete this. Okay, so that's what you're gonna be looking at. You're gonna be looking at a pending order or enter at the actual support level. Now, how do you identify the take profit and the stop loss? The take profit is very simple. You can set it up for the next resistance level, which is this one right here, or let me just go ahead and move it on this one right here, or you can put it a little bit below so that you can make sure that you actually get your profit. Although I do believe that when there's with this strategy, when there's a huge uptrend like this one, you're always going to be in profit. So this is the first one. Now, how do you identify the stop loss, right? So the stop loss has to go with the lower support line, with the next support line. In case it changes in direction and it goes in the opposite direction, you need to identify what's the next support line. How do you identify the next support line? You can go back in time again and actually identify where it could be that there was a new support line. So for instance, in this area right here, I can see that this support line was respected many times. Then it became a resistance level. Then again, it got broken, but it got respected and so on. So I would say this could be a good resistance level. So what is it that you can do? And let me just go ahead and draw this horizontal ray right here. Perfect. So I do believe that this one is going to be a good stop loss level. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to draw it right here. So as you can see, the first thing, we look at the trend. Now we look for a support and resistance. Then we look at what are the respected support and resistance level, looking backwards, okay? Looking for a few days, weeks, and even a couple of years, all right? That's going to be, and the fundamental overall tells me that yes, the price has been going up for the past few weeks. So I can just go ahead and enter that position. Okay, so if you notice right here, the win ratio, let me go ahead and see what's the win ratio. Risk reward is actually 2, which means that we are making double profits towards what we are actually risking. So that means that if you actually invest, this is one other thing, since this is for beginners, this is something that you got to keep in mind. Each candle is 1 day. Okay, each candle is 1 day, and that's not going to change. Each candle is 1 day. So that means that if you enter right here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and on the 17th day, the take profit was touched. Is this good? Of course it's good. Okay, but as you can see, it will take a while. Why is it that I mentioned this? Because if you're a very beginner in Forex trading, and if you place a position that is going to take a few days, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna put all your money, all of your account's money into that specific position. What you need to do is actually enter in this area, which is the lost area. You're gonna invest only 2% of your balance at the most. If you can invest 1, it's absolutely amazing. But if you notice, it's 104 pips that are being risked. Let me go ahead and point it out right here. This is what you're actually looking at, 104 pips. And in profit, you're looking at 208 pips. So 2% of your balance should be your stop loss risk, okay? No more than that. And if that means that your profit, logically, is going to be 4% of increase, because you're actually looking at a risk reward of 2. So this means that at the moment that this trade expires, you're going to have a 4% increase in your account if you actually win it. But if you lose it, then you're going to have a 2% loss in your account, which shouldn't be that bad. Okay. Now, how accurate this signal, this strategy is not 100% accurate, as nothing is actually 100% accurate in this world. But the most important thing that you got to keep in mind is that this trade will actually help you get started. Okay, this is the first Forex strategy that you can learn. Why? Because it doesn't have indicators. It doesn't have that much, it doesn't really require that much of a knowledge. So it just requires some fundamental analysis and some support and resistance levels. And that's bottom line. Okay, so make sure that when you start practicing this account, you should invest at least 3 months in demo, so you can place more than one trade at a time, but in different pairs. Okay, so right now I'm actually looking at Euro USD, but if you go to a different pair, you can definitely go ahead and start a new trade in there if in case you guys want to. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I was going to place one live trade, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Why? And I'm going to explain you exactly why. So if you can see, the moving average with the period of 50 is starting to go down. Okay, now one of the first indicators of a change in trending, and this is just bonus extra points, bonus extra content, is that whenever you see that the price actually goes down like it did right here, it crossed the 50 moving average, right? But if it crossed it, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a change in direction. But if the next candle closes below the lowest level, then that means that yes, it's going to continue the change of trending. Now, I actually will go ahead and place one position right now that is going to be for a sell position. Now, we're going to identify why. So if you notice, this is a resistance level, right? Let me just go ahead and get the horizontal line right here. It was a support line and then became a resistance level. This is the previous resistance that was actually respected, and this is a new support level. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to go backwards, and I'm going to identify if those levels were actually respected. So this one right here, the one in the middle, the one that is being respected was indeed respected. The previous one was respected, and the previous resistance was actually respected as well. Now, we're looking towards an actual, what's it called? A change on trending. So that's exactly what I'm going to be entering for. So I'm going to enter a short position in this area, and we're probably going to see each other in about 5 or 10 days in order to see the results of this specific trade. And right here is my entry point. Now, I do want to say up front that I'm not going to go to this stop loss. I'm going to go with the lower one. Why? Very simple. If the next candle or the next few candles actually bounce around this area, this is a new resistance level. If you notice right here, obviously I'm looking at a little bit more advanced analysis, but I want you to see me trading live. So this is another resistance level, as you can see right here, is being respected. So I'm going to put my actual stop loss a little bit above. So now my risk ratio, as you can see, is 121. Okay, I'm looking to make 143 pips and 118 pips. So let's go ahead and jump into my broker while I place that position. Okay, so I'm over here, and what I'm going to do is gonna pull up my actual Euro USD. I'm gonna change it to a daily chart, and if you guys remember, sell position, right? And right now what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to get the settings. So I'm over here, and I'm going to place, first of all, let me see if it's a limit order. Let me see where the limit is actually at. 1.17737. No, because of the spread, I'm going to need to put it real time, which is fine. And then I'm going to enter my take profit 162.98, and I'm going to set my stop loss to 1.18918. And right here is where you need to pay attention to. If you notice, I'm actually risking only 2% of my balance. Okay, so if I win, I make 2.37, but if I lose 2% of my balance. So right now I'm going to place my order. Boom, it's placed, and it's right here. So this position, like I said, is going to take a while. Now, what are the risks in this specific position and any position that you actually place? The risks are that maybe it breaks this resistance level and then it continues to go into the direction. If that happens, then most likely I'm going to stay away from the trade, but there's a slight opportunity that you actually enter once the candle closes, and you enter for the next buying position. Now, I want to say up front as well that this specific resistance level that you see right here is not as strong as the other one. Okay, so I actually put my stop loss in there, because if it crosses this area and it closes the candle going in that direction, then most likely it's not going to keep on going down. However, if it keeps on going down and it starts dropping and reach around this area right here, I'm going to move my stop loss to this area so that it can be a risk-free trade, and my take profit I'm going to look for the next support line, and I'm going to continue doing this so on up until the trade continues to close, whether at a take profit and stop loss level, and I make bigger profit. So I'm gonna explain that specific moving stop loss and take profit strategy on a different video, but I wanted to make this specific tutorial so that you can learn as much as you can from this beginner strategy and start practicing on demo. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, and more importantly, if you want to see more videos just like this one, make sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Leave your questions in the comment section below if you have any, and I'll see you on the next one.